G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to have a look at this black pine that you've seen in my collection a few times, you've seen it. I had a couple of videos on this tree. I'll actually put a link to previous history of this tree and how we've gone about working on it, including when we decandle it and a few other bits and pieces. But this tree put some explanation. It's got a very reasonable, nice size base, trunk, very old. It's starting to crack up very nicely. From the front you can probably see it's got a few nice layers and it's quite hard to see what it really looks like. It's actually, if I turn it this way, you probably see me better. It's got there's a branch here that's creating this lower pad, this really nice low pad coming from the back, comes around, twists around and twists around this dead bit here and creates this nice first cascade or first branch down here. It looks quite interesting, blends well with the trunk, etc. Now this tree, this bit here looks really good from the front. However, if you turn it around to the side, you can see it's this branch, and it's almost right to the front, really at the front of the viewer. Now that's causing my biggest problem at the moment. But let's working away at the top of the tree now. And then I've got a nice little apex that is a bit too high. Now if this was here, or in this spot here, I think it would be a really excellent tree. So I need to deal with this branch from me personally. I need to do something with this branch. We could cut it off, just straight cut it off. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that's not a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. A very easy one to do. Gum in there, chop, bang, see you later. It's just because it's so to the front. Can you see how front it is? Even if I bring it back in here, then I can't really put this down into this gap here and make a crown apex with this top. I really like this top. This branch here, it doesn't have the foliage is at the ends, as you can see. There's nothing here to create an apex or create anything that I can see of great interest. So what are we going to do with it? I know this tree has lots of deadwood, which is unusual for pines. Pines don't usually have so much deadwood, but this is actually because it's actually not too bad because it's got such a contrasting trunk. It's such an interesting trunk. It bends and twists and dead bits everywhere. It actually tells a story, so I think it's quite good. So maybe having this branch gone, or maybe a gin or something, would continue the story. Now, the only thing I can think of I can do with this branch, I was thinking, is if I can bend it and put it into here and fill in a gap here towards the back. Now, maybe that's an idea. Have this fill in the gap and then bring that down, and that'll make a nice compact tree as well, and it'll fill out this gap here that I've got at the moment, which, I think that's not a bad try. It's something to try. Other thing is you just take it off, bring this right down and fill in this gap, and you've got a great little tree as well. I just want to see if I can actually use this branch at all and what we can do with it. Now I had a quick look at this branch, and what I've noticed is along the top here, it's very hard to see in the camera, but along the top here you can try and imagine there's actually dead wood. So the wood's died, and there's the live woods at the bottom of the branch and the dead woods at the top. Now if I was trying to bend that branch now, even with raffia or anything, it would just snap, or that bit would snap. Not necessarily the live bit, but the dead bit would snap at the top. Now this could be, there's if you can look at it two ways. Having the dead wood there means you're not going to be able to bend this easily with the dead wood on it, because dead wood doesn't bend. It just snaps. Okay, so the other technique is where you can take off the dead wood, like split the dead wood from the live wood, and then just work with the live wood. Now that's a possibility here. Now I've worked with when we have internationals come down from overseas, it's great to get workshops with them, and I did a very similar thing with Bjorn last time he was here, and I used it on my Shimpaku juniper. I split the dead wood from the live wood, and it worked really well. And I've been trying that technique quite a bit now. I like splitting. I've done it on another big juniper as well, and it works really well with splitting the dead wood away from the live wood. So I'm thinking maybe if we could split that dead wood away, or take it off, or hollow it out, or get rid of that dead part and just leave the live part, then I will see if I can then see if we can bend that all the way back, because we've got to go, this has got to go all the way back into here, so it's got to go a fair way. Now I'm definitely going to need raffia, I believe, some rubber, raffia, some tape, things like that, electrical tape, and protect this branch as much as I can, and if I was going to try it and bend it this way. So it's a possibility. If it doesn't work, if it breaks, I'm not too fast, because I'm going to still bring this down all the way down into here anyway. So that's what I'm going to try and plan to do today. I hope that makes sense. We want to see if this works, taking off this dead bit. And I'll probably zoom in the camera a bit so you guys can see what I mean by the dead bit. I've got a good view from the back here, and I'll show you that in a second. Let me grab the camera. Alright, so there's the branch I was there's the branch I was talking about. Do you see how the live vein is on the bottom and the top vein is dead? Now we want to take that off. Split that off, and then maybe I can raffia that and bend it back into this bit here, which is going to be very tricky anyway, because that whole tree is growing the other way. So whatever happens, we'll give it a go. It's a good technique to try, and good idea to maybe we can save that and fill in this gap in here. I want to fill in this gap in here. I don't know if you can see two-dimensionally, but fill in this gap here maybe with that branch and see if that works. If it doesn't look good, as I said, we could just chop it off, but let's see if we can keep it. So that's the plan today. Okay, so key to this kind of work is preparation. First thing is I haven't even touched anything yet, but what I'm doing is I'm anticipating that I need raffia to wrap around here and bend it. So I'm getting raffia ready. Now, if you've ever seen raffia, it's these little strands of like white beigey kind of coloured, very papery kind of material. It's like strands of grass, very long grass. I know that we got this at the club, but you can get it at craft stores or sometimes nurseries or a number of different places. So I'm not sure where it would be in your area, but it's very easy to get a hand of. I do about, depends, 6 to 8 strands. I combine them into a group like this, and then I just twist the top and tie a knot in there, just quickly like this. I'll be a bit quicker. My fingers weren't so big. Just tie a little knot there just to keep it together. Make sure that's nice and tight. Nice little knot there, so it's easier to manage. Now you've got the strand, and then I just make it, turn it around in my hand, and just try to secure it with the end bits. Loop through the end bits just to keep it secure for now. And then I drop it in a bucket of water. So I just drop it in a bucket of water. Now at the moment I've got 2 other strands in there, so I've got three lots in there. So I'm trying to estimate how much I would need. I don't think I need a huge amount, because really I'm going to be doing around here, going along here, then maybe doing out to here. So I think 3 strands is enough to get to here, because I'm only going to really bend from here. These 2 have got wire, so I should be able to bend with the wire. I wouldn't need raffia to get bends on those. What I do anticipate is taking that wire off anyway, for that branch. But yeah, I'm mainly going to be doing this part, because that's the part that's going to bend from here to here, really. So I'm going to be bending that part there. So that's what I'm planning to do. So I think 3 should be enough to cover that area. We'll see what it looks like when I take that dead bit out, and we'll see how we go. I'm just gonna, I don't have trunk splitters. If you have trunk splitters, they're good to do this work, but I'm just gonna use my branch cutters, which are very similar, but we'll just have to nibble away at the deadwood. If I need to get power tools out, I'll get them out and try and dig through and grind that deadwood out. But I'm hoping I don't need to. I'm hoping I can just do it with my branch cutters. I have a feeling sometimes the deadwood, once you start playing around with it, it should just pull away from the live vein, which would be great, because then you just chop the dead bit off. So that's what I'm hoping will happen, and we'll see. Yeah, so just not too much more. Just I'm thinking about taking that wire off. Probably have to rewire that portion of the tree. But yeah, be prepared. Get your raffia ready. get your tools ready, get whatever you need ready to do this kind of work. So I've got my black tape which will tape the raffia up so it looks better and holds the raffia in place, and then we'll put the heavy wire on and we'll see if we can bend it. Okay, might have a guy wire as well, maybe guy wire back to here or back to this trunk, see if that works, because I should be able to guy wire it there. Yeah, we'll see how we go. That should work there for that bit, or there where it's dead, so we'll just have to guy wire it in. So alright, now let's see how we go. Alright, now I'm thinking this is gonna crack anyway, so let's see that. Now it looks like it is pulling away, so that's a good start. It looks like it's just pulling away from the dead bit. As soon as I try and bend it, it's actually pulling away nicely. So I'm going to see if I can encourage that a bit more. It's a bit tricky with that in the way though. Yeah, it looks like it might work. See how that's easily now bending? Because the live vein is pulling away from the dead. So I'm just slowly seeing if I can pull that away even more. I'll probably come in and show you. I'll just show you what I mean. Can you see how that's pulling away? Alright, let me just check the angle. That's a good bit of news there. It's just now being able to gently get that off. You chip away at it, it's not too bad, it's getting there. I just need to get some try different things to try and pull, because that is going to be just like pull that down and hopefully we can bend that all the way around, so it might actually be even easier than before. But I need to be careful now. I need to make sure I get right in there and try and get that off perfectly. So just let me go and get some other tools to do that. I'll be back in a sec. So I'm just going to try and pull that away. Check the front. Right, that's not looking too bad. It's actually almost all the way off. Just making sure we don't have to do any more damage to the live. Just want to make sure the live vein is okay. Hope it is though. It's going to try how we're going to get that bit off. Should be okay. I just have to I have to grind my way through it. Might have to get some power tools out. That worked well. I've got to figure out a better way to get into there and get that off. So rather than bore you guys, I'm going to just try to drill that out and see what I can do. And let's see if I can Dremel that, because you can see this is very flexible now. It's going to be great. I just need to get some of that deadwood out of that bit of spot. So let me figure out a way to do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so a bit of a dilemma. I've hollowed out the deadwood. I've even actually drilled out the heartwood inside here. But even if I put some wire in there, just to keep it stable where I've made the groove, that I'm just pretending like I'm going to bend it. It just feels like it's just going to snap in my hand. There's nothing supporting. Because when you put a groove in there, you got to put wire in there, create like a backbone. Now, even if I do that, and I try and start raffia it and try and bend it around, just don't see it happening actually, to be honest. If I did that there, I've got to keep going all the way along this bearing because this bit's not bending either. So I'm in a bit of a, I'm unsure this will work, that's all. Even if I put it on there, I don't know how much that will survive. The whole thing is, because that means I've got to come along here as well, to be honest. Actually build a much deeper groove all the way along, because then I'm going to bend this bit, because this bit might be just a bit flexible, but then this bit's really tight and strong and not letting me bend anything. So you can see how it's wobbly. It's good, but it's still not going to, it's wobbly. I could probably move it down easily, move it a little bit this way, but to bring it all the way back here, I'm going to struggle, I think. If it wasn't for that deadwood, maybe we could have succeeded, but I'm thinking I have to come along here as well. So I'm going to see if that helps. But yeah, we're not looking positive actually, to be honest. Even taking that deadwood out hasn't really resolved that issue. It's very solid base on that bit right in there. I've hollowed that all out. I'll give you a look so you can see. So it's pretty much hollowed right out, but you can see that bit's hollow and that bit's okay, and that gives it a tiny bit of flex, but then there's no flex up here. This needs to flex a bit more around here. So I'm thinking about putting a groove, keep going along there. So I'm not looking hopeful. This branch isn't looking hopeful at the moment. So it might come off, to be honest. So we'll see how we go, but we'll still give it a try. We'll keep going. Alright, so I've continued the drilling a bit more and carved that out a bit more to about here on the branch. Now I've just placed some aluminium wire in the hole because that needs to act like a backbone now. Now I'm going to give it a go at trying to bend it. I'm not 100% hopeful this will work, but we're going to try it. Let's see how we go. Well, that's the backbone. Now I usually apply the raffia right over the top of that. I just want to hold that in place, so I'm just going to put a bit of tape just to hold that in place, because I don't want the wire to move. Some people use different techniques. I'm just going to put it just to hold it in place so it doesn't move. So the raffia's been soaking for about 10 minutes or more. And just unfurl it. Okay. Just thinking, when we're going to wire this branch, we're going to wire it, pull it back this way, so the wire's going to come underneath that way. So when I wrap the raffia, I want to wrap it in the same direction. So what I do is I pretty much split it where it is. To start it off, I split it in the middle. Split it about in the middle. Oh, that's the middle each. It's about half. And then, let's see. Because I've got to go anchor it somewhere. So I anchor it around the back there. And I'll come around this way. And then I'll start wrapping. Now I want to go this way, don't I? No, I want to go that way. So the other way. I'm sure there's others who do better raffing better than me, but as long as you get it on the way you want to wire it, it's good enough. Make sure it's an even amount, like make sure it's very even. I like to make it nice and tight as well. So let's try and make it tight while you fight off the flies. I'm actually just going to go back around one more time, just because the also the branch point, or the trunk branch, where the branch comes from the trunk, you want to make sure that's reasonable as well, because you don't want it splitting at the trunk line. Sorry, it's kind of boring, but just wanted to show you at least the start of this, and I'll work my way up. Probably only need 2 actually in the end, but I might raffia this branch as well, because I think that's going to be really tricky to bend. So we're almost at the point of where the wires are ending. Now we're ready for the next one. It's been soaking longer. Now this time, so because you got a little bit left over, you kind of, so this one, I just put it somewhere along there, and then tie this one around it. And I'll come back and cut that bit off. You kind of like overlap each other. That's all you want to do, just a bit of overlapping, and then you can come back. And there you go. That's the next one started. So you'll come back and cut off the little loose ends and these little ties and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's the next one going. So I might. I don't know. Do I want to keep? I'll just keep the camera rolling anyway. You guys can just fast forward if you get bored of this bit. Now I've got to take the wire off, which I didn't realise I needed to do, but I'll do that now. Just fast forward this section, guys, if it looks boring. But yeah, I'm just want to cut some of that wire off so that I can come around and along these. Luckily I've got the third one still. Oh, where's that going? Sometimes I excellent twist it up. There we go. Thankfully I've got the third one going, because that means... Oh, sorry, this looks a bit messed. Let's just get it right. So we come to that junction part now. Now, because I've got the third one, as I said, I can then go on one of the branches with... I have to intertwine these, so I'm going to have two going. Raffia still gets tangled when it's in the water and when you tie it up sometimes. So I might use the smaller one for the smaller branch and use the bigger one for the bigger branch. So again, you just want to overlap, just so you can lock it in. Now I know this is a bit of work, but you need to do this if you've got other branches as well. This is not necessarily, we might actually end up chopping this off anyway. Might not even survive, so it might not even work. So you know what? But at least we've given it a go, and it might be useful. Might work, might not. But we've got to give it a try, right? But this is the same technique you'd use on other trees, other big branches you're going to be doing, raccoon, and so on. So you need to actually, it's good to learn it. Sometimes you don't need raffia, like you see me working on my junipers where I just bend and twist them with wire, but that's a little different. This is now in the refinement stage, and you're really trying to bend some big branches without wanting to create massive wounds and so on. But this is a technique, this is slightly different, where we had to hollow out a bit because that would just never bend because there's deadwood there. So it's all relative, it's all a bit different. So I'm going to stop there for that one. I'm going to try and tie that off. Alright, I'll just stop that and clean it up. Hang on. Alright, have to have a little break. So I'll come over this and I'll tie it up with that black tape in a minute. Now I'm going to finish this off. Again, I'm just wrapping these branches, so you don't have to watch all of this. It's the same process all the way. Again, we're trying to go in this direction. We want to bend it. Just cutting the loose ones. There's too many little loose ones at the end, which I'll come in and tie up anyway. Just looking for my black tape, which I've lost. Okay, let me come back. Sorry guys, this might be a little boring, but now it's just, I'm just going to wrap this with this black electrical tape. Just keeps the raffia really in place. And remember these guys, you just come in and cut them off. Cut these loose ones off, don't need them. These ones are a bit loose, but that should be alright. Just tie them as I go. Alright, so that pretty much completes this preparation to bend that branch process. Now it is quite time consuming, and if this doesn't work then it's a bit of a, you can see you wasted your time, but at least you gave it a shot. So now we need to apply some wire and try and bend that around. We'll see how we go. I mean, I'm not actually hopeful, very hopeful to be honest, but I have to try because I want to see if I can keep it. I can already see, even if that's gone, this is a great branch. It will sit in here and create a nice tree anyway. So it's not a big loss, but we want to try and work to try and keep it. So just trying to assess the flexibility. There is a bit of flex there, and it's starting to flex in here. So we'll see how much we can get around. We might have to do some guy wiring, but that might be good. That might not be good. So let's try. Alright, got to get some wire on it now, and I'll be back in a second. I won't take you through the wiring, but I'm pretty much going to wire the branches, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to wire them in the direction that way so I can go that way. So I'm actually thinking I might use a really heavy aluminium instead of copper, because I don't think I've got heavy enough copper for this branch. But I can probably put 6mm aluminium on this and see if we can protect it and bend it around with 6mm. I think that's probably better. Yeah, I'm going to try that instead of copper in this sense. Let's give it a go. Okay, hope you guys can see, but heavily wired 6mm. There's 2 rolls on the main trunk going out to each of the sub branches. I did have a quick tweak, and it seems like it is moving, so it's good news. It's the black tape on it. Now I'm standing up. I'm just trying to bend to see my hands to see how it's going to go. I'll definitely need a guy wire, but you can see it's already coming around quite a bit from where it was. So I might be able to get this all the way around. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but at least now I'm getting it to a place where it's over here, so I've got something to guy wire it to. Before it was just nowhere near. So all I'm doing is slowly massaging it using two hands, trying to put bends in them. Seems like it's working. It does seem, and it's holding. So remember, this was the front, it was in here. Now it's almost to the side. It's almost got 90 degrees. So let's keep working. I'm not sure how it even looks yet. I just know where it needs to end up. So I'm just trying to work my way to get it to end up over there. Now again, this is because that had that Deadwood part to it. I think if it was all live, we could have tried something different. Alright, I'm going to have to probably just try and do some guy wire, see if I can get it across. Use copper for my guy wires. I'll try, maybe I can try there. This is always the tricky part. Let's try to do that for now. When you lose your wire cutters, I don't know where they are. Can you see them, anyone? There they are. So it's always good to have two people when you do this kind of work. Unfortunately, when you're on your own, you haven't got much chance. So it's starting to get more and more. So I'm showing you the angle. Remember it was out here? Now it's kind of starting to be not too bad actually. Really going right around. So it's quite good. Let's see if we can get it going more. The other thing I do is do it in stages. So this might be today, and tomorrow I might go even more. Really need two people for this. So definitely know I can bend it more. It's hard to bend with one hand. And do two. Now I haven't bent these two branches yet, and they'll fit perfectly in here if I can get it all the way around here. And it's coming. I think it can move more. So maybe if we can show you there, now you can see it's on the side here. Used to be in the front here. We'll worry about this all this. We'll rewire the whole tree later. But yes. Let me have a look. I have to have a look myself. See how it's going from the front. Oh yeah, it's so much better now. I'm really liking that. That's really good. If this branch survives, like I don't want to break. This should be the longest. At the moment, this is the longest. So that's why it's got to come back to the back. The tree. Let's see if now I can bend these guys. Together. Oh, it's almost there, don't you reckon? I think it's almost there. Now, think about it, if you drop this into here, much cooler tree, much nicer tree. That's got to be bent right down. I think that's a much more interesting tree now. Wow, that's come a long way. I'm very happy with that actually. Lucky we didn't cut it off, eh? And lucky we spent all that work trying to get it all the way around. I still think it needs about that much more to go. I'm just tempted to put another guy wire here. That's why I wanted to get these in the right place. Try. That all feels good. Haven't heard a crack, haven't heard anything break. But you never know. It might not work, might die. Maybe this is too much for it. I might change the guy wire to go here. Yeah, let me have a look. How are we going? I just want to be more. It's a bit greedy, aren't I? But it needs to go a bit more. It just this line here is blocking this line. I just think. Have a look. Have a look here, you guys. Have a look. It's nicely in that location. It might be enough. Might need to a bit more. I think that's the best angle to see it. It's now here, and before it was here. So we've gone all the way around there. I mean, that's. I'm pretty happy with that. Put one there. I might be able to get it right around. Alright, I think that might be enough for now. And let me just get these guys a bit more. I think I might have to go wire these as well, but I think that is almost in the right spot. Let's have a look. Oh, much better. See how it sits in the back there now? It used to be in the front here. Now it's in the back there. Excellent. I know this might be a monster video, but it might be really good. So I think that's, maybe we'll do that as a part one, and I'll come back and rewire the whole tree and do part two. So you can see if we put that in there, that's the apex. You see how that branch in the back looks really good now? Oh. That's hard work. I think I might have to stop the video there. It's very long. And I might not touch the tree anymore today. I'll come back tomorrow and I'll do a little bit more wiring that way. And I'm going to take all the wire off this tree and I'm going to rewire it, I think. Let's see how this goes. I mean, I didn't hear anything crack. Everything feels strong. We've done the right thing by it. Raffia'd it. We've drilled out the dead bit. We've bent it slowly backwards. But I'm super happy with that. If that survives, we've done a great job. But this will probably stay on for a year or two, probably a year at least. And then we'll have to take it off and see what happens, see what it looks like. Just let it, hopefully it'll be all nice and strong and solidified and very good. So when we've made that hollow, what happens then, it dries up, gets hard, and it should set in that position. That's what we're aiming for. So I'm really happy with that. Anyway guys, that's a much longer video than expected. Sorry it took so long. Just fast forward some of the bits if you want, but at least we got to a point where he shows you how much work is involved in trying to, one branch. We only would talk about one branch today really, and trying to get that to work. Moving from pretty much here all the way back into the back now. It was out here all the way into the back now. I'd show you the side this way, it was back out here, remember? And now it's all the way back here. So, anyway, it can be done. It just takes a bit of work, a bit of sweat, a bit of hard work, a bit of bending. Yeah, but it's a bit of a process. But I think it'll be a successful process. It'll be a successful tree if that survives, and we can just, this is easy. This should be an easy one to wire down. I'll rewire the whole tree, and we'll hopefully have a really nice looking tree now. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay guys, that's enough for me. Talking too much, working too much. But hope you enjoyed that very long video. It should be different, something a bit different, bit of a long technique, how long something takes, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Thanks guys. Alright guys, I was going to sign off on this video, but I had to come back this morning and I actually tweaked this a little bit more, which is good. But what I did, I was trying to remove the wire, which was fine, but I was noticing I could knock the new buds quite easily, and I decided I'm just going to stop here. I'm not going to actually rewire this tree just yet. I'm going to wait till autumn, which is about May here, May, June, when I when I bud select the pine, and then I'll do my rewiring and restyling. So apologies for that. I was planning to do, I wanted to do a restyle and rework, but it's not feasible. I'm going to knock those buds and I don't want to do that, so apologies. Now I'm going to sign off, so I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.